Real Talk Barbershop 870. Let's get it.
Magnificent women of Mississippi County.
Yeah, it's your boy Ro.
It's your boy Preach Boy.
It's your boy Bebe the Motivator.
I am JR, a.k.a. Mr. Roger. You're tuned in to
Real Talk Barbershop 870. Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
What's up, fellas, man? How y'all
We
feeling
back
today?
on this.
What's
We back
going
in this
on,
thing.
brother?
What's happening,
Happy
y'all?
New Year, brothers.
Man,
Happy
it's the
New
New
Year.
Year,
It's
man.
the New Year.
We made it.
Y'all
Right
got
on, man. I
y'all-
gotta drink a little bit of that. Yes, sir. No doubt, man.
New Year, man.
It's such a
y'all got
beautiful
some
thing.
resolutions. Who got some New Year's resolutions? Y'all
I make
still do that?
resolutions. I change habits. Tell you.
Oh, okay.
That sound good.
Okay.
But I
That
got a
sound
resolution.
good. What you got?
This my year.
This your year?
I feel like I'm gonna get $1 million this year.
Come
Come
on, make some noise for the
I feel
million.
that, no doubt. Trust finna put me over the top this year.
Well, Jane, you know what?
Rogers, I feel it
I
out.
can't leave by yourself, man. I think I'm gonna get my first one.
Right on.
My
Well,
first. Make some noise for me.
Preach for this.
Well,
Preacher boy.
I feel like I'm gonna get mine too.
Y'all know you can't leave me out, man. Hey.
So
We
we all
all
need
get $1 million
together.
plus, man.
Hey, let's get it.
This is a great thing, though,
Hey,
man.
man,
Yeah,
check
baby.
this out, man.
And Happy
This-
New Year's, everybody, though.
This the new year, man. We kicking it off big, and when I say big, man, this is a big
Very,
moment
very big.
for Mississippi County.
Historic.
This is a historic moment, man.
Historic
Man,
moment, man.
we got some guests today that
Magnificent.
Outstanding.
Hey
Beautiful
man,
guests.
Outstanding.
beautiful,
guests.
two beautiful ladies, and in a powerful position.
Man, and they got power too.
And they got power.
Yes, sir.
Man, we got the mayors of Mississippi County. Not all of them, but we got two of them that's very special to us today, man. They two women. They made history.
The magnificent women of Mississippi County.
BB thought
Such a great thing.
BB, say that again. Say that one more time.
The magnificent women
Of Mississippi County.
I like it, man.
Give
Shout
a
out.
shout out.
Shout out.
Right there. No doubt about it, man.
Look, man, we ain't gonna make y'all wait no longer. We finna get ready to introduce our guests. Our first one we got is right here out of Blytheville, Arkansas. Man, I'm talking about she took us by storm. I'm talking about it wasn't no close race either.
Blow them out.
And she with the Desert Storm.
And that is correct.
Yes, sir.
But however, man, she got the win, and I don't know about everybody else, but I'm so glad she got the win.
Yes.
Not
Well
just because
deserved.
I know her personally, but I know that she's a good lady. She's a giver all the way around. She's an honest woman. So I want y'all to help us, man. Make some noise for our new mayor of 2023, Mayor Melissa Logan. Come on, make some noise for her.
Mr. Logan.
She did it.
BB, I'm going to let you introduce the next one.
The second mayor we have is another magnificent woman.
Come on
in
now.
Mississippi
Yes.
County.
He like
I know her
magnificent.
personally myself. You know what I mean? She had two of my nephews down there playing football and basketball and every other thing. You know what I mean? This lady right here, I think she worked for the healthcare for a while, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
22 years to be exact.
22 years.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
been working at for healthcare. So I want to say that I know her character, man. Her integrity, all that. So I want to say that Joyner is going to be great. It's going to be well off with this lady. So I want with no further ado, let's make some noise for Miss Michelle.
Miss
Williams.
Michelle, Mayor Williams.
Mayor Williams in the house.
Ladies, how y'all feeling today?
I feel good. It's good to be here. It's a blessing.
Yes, sir.
First podcast.
Yes, my first podcast, but I'm used to speaking engagements.
That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
great.
That's what's up.
What's amazing is, y'all, Michelle and I have a history.
Really?
Tell
We
us
worked
about it.
together, and we've been friends for a long time.
Really?
Awesome.
Yes,
Awesome.
Cool. So y'all know that y'all know y'all was gonna meet up here?
yes. No, I actually lived in Blytheville. I left Blytheville in 2015.
Okay.
Due to, life changes, and never thought I'd be running for mayor.
Wow.
Ended up in Joyner. Crazy story. I was waiting on a house in Marion, and I still had a house here in Blytheville. And in the meantime, my mom was like, "This lady down the street trying to rent out her house."
Right.
So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna make this pit stop while I'm waiting on this house. And here it is, 7 years later, I'm still in Joyner. And so
With
I think
purpose
I'm
now.
gonna- Yeah, it actually worked out. parents and their health, and so it actually worked out. So I decided since I'm gonna be there, might as well. I saw a lot of things need changes. I was like, might as well get involved. And
Absolutely.
it's definitely for the love. It's definitely not for the income because there's no salary.
Okay.
As marriage on.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I just want to see my city do better.
Wow.
That's good.
amazing.
I think we ought to give it up for that.
Oh yeah.
One step.
Michelle, my passion is here. But baby, I wouldn't do it if it wasn't nothing involved. I'm only teasing, but it's a moderate salary. Definitely. Even being on salary, you're never paid what you work or what the job requires you to do. Nobody really understands that being any type of public official is a 24-hour day, 7-day a week, 365-day of your job. You're never off the clock. I'm always going to be at someone's beck and call, and I'm here for it.
Oh, wonderful.
Amazing,
Such a wonderful
amazing.
thing.
While we're there, I'd like to also take time out to congratulate and thank Mayor Sanders for the time he spent in Blytheville.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I think he's
Absolutely.
done a great job here, especially opening up doors. And for me as a black man, opening up doors and giving an example that black people could be whatever we want to be. And
Yes, sir.
I want to take that honor and say we thank him for that and thank him for paving the road so that somebody like Melissa and Michelle can also become a mayor.
Shout out to Mayor Sanders. So, I guess, what does this role look like for each of you? I mean, who inspires you, and where you see yourself taking your city?
I'll let you go first. You look like you got something to say.
Y'all don't answer at the same time.
Who inspires me? I mean, so many people inspires me, but honestly, most of all, I inspire myself because I've worked hard to break. I hate to call it a generational curse because it's not. I worked hard to break the generational repetitiveness.
Okay.
And for me, having overall wealth is important.
Gotcha.
And I'm not saying I have to be rich, but I don't need for anything. And I've made sure that I provide that. Like, we don't need. There's never. I got to put this on the back burner because I have to get this done. Like, all my needs are met. All my children's needs are met.
Gotcha.
And I've strived hard as a single parent to provide that. You know. And my parents did push me to go to school, do something different, you know, and don't be content. And so I haven't. And anybody know me, like, I've dealt in so many things. Like he said, I worked for the state of Arkansas for 22 years. Then I'm a bail bondsman.
A lot of hats.
Wow.
Yeah, I love that too. I love that.
You love that?
I
Kinda
love
lit up.
that. Yeah, that's my excitement. You know, I don't
That's
do
what's
much,
up.
so yeah, that's definitely my thrill part of it. But throughout my time just working for the health department, I've gotten to know so many people doing like World AIDS events, doing testing. I worked with the HIV/AIDS STD portion of it, and I got to know so many people and how like HIV affect Black lives, and just saw so much within my community that just really needed help. Like I think we're underserved so much, and being mayor, and I forgot to let me thank everybody in Joyner who voted for me and who has confidence in me. That I will do
Shout out to
better.
Joyner.
Shout
But I
out
want
to
to
Joyner.
bring, but yeah, I definitely want to bring some financial literacy to my town. Financial confidence. I think oftentimes we lack the confidence to step out and do things. You know, and it does definitely take money to make money. So that's a big goal of mine, is to bring money into my city.
Absolutely.
So, I don't know.
That's amazing.
Who inspires me? Can I just say the world inspires me?
Talk.
Wow.
I see it everywhere. If I just look amongst my immediate family, I don't know everyone in my family, in my immediate family. We all degree. I'm working on my doctorate degree. I graduated in January with my PhD in public administration, but my mom has her doctorate degree. So
Shout out to
I
Miss
saw it.
Whaley.
You know, I saw it. So I didn't come from wealthy means. I came from very meager means. I can remember a time when my dad made $2.35 an hour as a foreman at Bush Cannon Factory, but he took care of his family. You see what I'm saying? So all I know is that if you put in the work, you got to show up. You got to put in the work. You got to show up, and then let the world be your inspiration. So I see it in every sector of our city. Y'all, we are the greatest city in Northeast Arkansas. Come on. But we don't know it, right?
We don't know it.
And so it's going to take me to come. I'm going to ring the bell every day and say, guess what? Wake up, Blytheville. Let's show up. Right? We got to show up. The resources are here. How in the world can you be the greatest steel producer in the world?
Come on, now. Let's talk.
But one of the poorest cities.
Wow.
That don't match. That's apples and oranges, and we should be making apple cider by now. We're not doing it. And so what I did, I came on the scene to make a difference. And so everything that we've asked for, I'm going to ask for it again, but I'm going to ask for it with the people behind me. I'm not going to stand alone. I want to stand shoulder to shoulder with my white brothers and sisters, with my black brothers and sisters, my Hispanic brothers and sisters, and I want us to get it done together. So when I stepped into this job, I took the job, but it's really our job. And so we're going to do this thing together.
Wow. Logan. That's make some noise from there right there, man. Show. Man, these ladies exciting already.
Man, I'm over here. Hey, I'm ready. I can't wait to see. The change.
Yes, sir.
Change is coming.
Change here.
It's
now.
here.
It's now.
So I got a question. So looking forward into your term, what does the first 90 to 100 days look like, and what changes does it bring?
I know Blytheville is sitting on the edge of their seats trying to figure out what's about to happen.
No doubt.
All I can say is put your seatbelts on. We about to take a ride.
Okay.
And so the first 100 days is going to mean that my sleeves are going to be rolled up.
Okay.
I am going into every department. We're going to sit down. We're going to have a conversation. I'm coming back to the town. I plan to have my first town hall meeting in my first 30 days. I want to talk to the people because they're saying a lot. They were saying a lot during the campaign, but I want to know who's willing to be on the team to make it happen. And so my first event is going to be December 21st. I'm meeting with the senior classes of 2023 from Blytheville High School in Kip, which is in our 72315 catchment area. I need a youth council. I need some strong young people who want to be a part of the school government. I want to form this youth council, so I want these kids to show up. Come skate with me. Tell me what you see.
I love it.
You see something, say something. We're not saying anything, but we see it. We're scared to say it. So I want them to understand that in my administration, we're safe. Open door policy. Let's talk about it. So in the first 100 days, you're going to see a lot of changes in the administration. Some hands are going to change. Some roles are going to change. And then I'm going to bring on some new people.
Wow. Absolutely.
That's amazing.
Well, I'm on a totally different scale than Melissa. But there are going to be some changes. I think for Joyner, for so long, everybody's been comfortable with that's the way it is. And nobody questions it. They come into place, and that's the way it is. So they just leave it at that. Nobody's asking. And so that's something that I started bringing early, coming to the council meetings and things. And my question is, okay, so why is this way? And everybody's just looking. I'm like, okay. Or if they veto something, the council say no. Why are we saying no? They like, because we don't think no. I'm like, well, I don't think person. I'm a numbers person, a word person. Please tell me why. I need to see A, B, C, D as to why. 1, 2, 3. Other than because we don't think it's a good idea.
Right.
So that right within itself, brought questioning, and they was like, oh, nobody ever questioned it. So I'm just that person. You can't just spoon feed me this and tell me it tastes good. Absolutely. And we're not questioning, like, who said this tastes good? It's not good to me. What? Everybody says so, go with it. No, I'm not that person.
That's right.
So I think that within itself is going to bring changes because a lot of people aren't open to a change. And especially when you have people who, I'll just say being on the council already 20 years, and it's just the way it is, whereas change scares people, I think, a lot of times, but if they just get on board, and it's something I've been trying to tell them, trust me and know that anything I bring to you, I'm going to bring paper behind it. I'm going to bring proof behind it. I'm going to bring the research. I'm not just going to lay it on the table. So I'm going to give you reasons why this should go this way, why this,
Absolutely.
I just need people who are open to that and open to it. And then the council, if you have a strong council behind you, that makes a big difference. you can't enjoy your meal if everybody at the table fighting you.
That's right.
You know, and so that's what I'm looking forward to, getting council members who are willing to let's sit down, let's talk it out. We're not going to agree on everything. No family does, but we're a family at this table. You know, and even before, it's like immediately, as soon as they announced I won, and I'm not exaggerating, the next day I'll go to the store and people like, okay, so what's the first thing you gonna do? What you gonna? Let me absorb the news first.
Right. They thought you was now Superwoman.
I'm like, it doesn't happen actually till January 1st. They were like, when we see you over there, I said, that's because I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to look at the books. I'm trying to see the problem. So I want to be honest and know, is this what I want to get into? You know, especially, like I said, for me, because it's a matter of, I'm going to add to my plate. And the only thing I'm going to get in return is satisfaction, because, you know, money is not it.
Right.
We're in a small town. You know, it's not an income for me. It's not where, I can quit my job and do this.
Gotcha.
You know, so I have to continue to work and maintain and do this. So I think, so in council is even more important than that, because I need you guys to go to these meetings with me. I need you to take some of this off of me. So for me, just getting everybody involved, and I tell everybody that stops me all day, every day, well, what we going to see? We're going to see. I'll tell them. I'm just letting you know off top, I'm not here for nobody. I'm here for everybody.
Gotcha.
And you just got to know the difference. No, don't call me Michelle, the dog in my garbage. No, you know, it's like I'm doing for the
right.
city. I can't just do for every person. And I think, and it's sad to say, when people know you, they expect you, like, what you gonna do for me personally?
Different.
What are you gonna do for me personally? No, I'm gonna do for everybody.
Absolutely.
So if I pick up Melissa's garbage, if I go over there and sit about the dog and Melissa's garbage, I'm gonna sit about the dog. And Bebe garbage,
that's
and
right.
Chavis garbage, everybody's garbage.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's what I'm trying to tell them. It can't be any privileges and special. And I know some circumstances are different, and they need to realize that. But I'm like, one thing I'm all about is fairness across the board. So when I make this rule across the board, I'm sorry that Miss So-and-so been here 100 years and she's not maintaining her yard. But if I say everybody got to do it, well, let's come as a community. Let's get her yard maintained.
Absolutely.
And it's just simple as that.
I know.
So that's the big thing is going to
Absolutely.
just bringing the town back together as a family, as we once were.
Can I piggyback off?
Yes.
And so the same thing needs to happen here in our city. You guys, we have 6 people. 6. Let me say that one more time. We have 6 people that represent us. 2 in each ward. Wards 1, 2, and 3. The mayor can't move without a council.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's just like the pastor of a church. Can't much happen if the pastor ain't saying nothing. So we're going to treat the council as the pastor, and we're the congregants, right? They need to understand the law, first of all.
Come on.
They need to understand the law.
The council.
So training is so critical in these hours. We can't just start shooting from the hip. This is 2022. When Blytheville was founded, it was founded to be a city of over 30,000 residents. We've dwindled down to 13,400. And so what we're trying to do is maintain a city of 30,000 with 13,000 people. There's going to be some disparities happening right there, right? But we got 6 people. I'm going to say that one more time. 6 people that we can hold accountable. They have the power to bring it to the table. But see, the problem is they're saying it. They're not saying it at the table. They're saying it in the back room or in the closet or in the street.
Come on now.
Or in their car or on the telephone.
Yes.
We need them to bring it to the table. If
Bring
it's
it
an
to the
issue,
table.
how come everybody don't know the issue, right?
Right.
So it won't be no backroom politics
Come on now.
under my administration. We're going to get it out in the open. We're going to be transparent. We're going to want to know if it's legal and if we can afford it. And if it's legal, we can afford it, and we're transparent, we're moving forward.
We moving forward.
Wow.
I love that.
Absolutely.
I love that.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
With what's go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
What is the difference between like okay, how do you pass like people like you said, like people don't know the laws, and you know a lot of people don't know ordinances and stuff like that, you know, so like how do you plan on like getting people to like study like the council to study the laws and stuff like that?
Well, I think a lot of it is, Jay, that we have to make them aware. So what happens is, when you want to know what is the trash, what is the ordinance that supervises or regulates trash pickup, right? So we're not talking about it. We expect the public to know And so therefore, I'm sending my code enforcement officers out. You get a citation,
Right.
but you don't know what the rule is. So it's our job to post the rule. So what we're going to have to start doing is being communicative. We got to talk to the public. I can't expect you to follow the law if you don't know it. So it's our job to teach the law, right? And so that'll be a part of what we're coming together. I am going to have a citizen review board. Let's look at these ordinances. Some of these ordinances make no sense.
They don't.
I like
They
that.
don't. But they haven't been looked at since 1948.
Right. It made sense then.
It made sense then.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah,
outdated.
but it don't make sense
Outdated.
now.
They outdated.
So yeah, we're gonna have to talk about it. Yeah, put some eyes on it and make some changes.
And another thing. Oh,
To add to what she said, that's something that I started doing months ago, going to the city hall. And some of the issues, I went around the town and I asked people, and I'm living there, I know the issues, but I was asking them what were some of the issues. So one of the big issues in Georgia, being a small town, is leash law. Everybody,
Leash law.
leash
For animals.
for animals.
Okay.
Like in the
Just
small
run
town,
crazy.
you guys know they get dogs, then
let 'em
they
run crazy.
let them run crazy. They make babies, so you have these dogs, and so the only thing they say is my mind, but we don't have code enforcement to pick it up.
Wow.
Yeah, and the city for so long don't want to pay anybody. We could pay blah, we could pay, but they don't want to pay, so they'll say, try to like use the city workers to get the dogs and take them to blah. Like it's not their job. It's not their job. So the thing of this, and we know some people who have dogs, and one of them said to them, "There's no leash law." So hey, what do you guys want to do? Okay. So I went and sat. I'm like, okay, where's the ordinance on that? And I'm in the city hall, and everybody was like, it's somewhere in the book. It's like, do you guys even know it?
Where is
So
it?
what she said is so important. If we don't know, the council don't know, how can we hold a citizen accountable for when we right here at the table and don't know what's going on at the table?
Wow,
So that's a
absolutely
big
agree.
thing. So that's something that the secretary down there, Sandra Mead, she is a godsend. And so we've been looking through things and trying to get an order. And she said, I'll just say one ordinance I looked at. Okay, it was set in 1958. So I'm looking, where's the update? So it's been updated, and they update every few years, but it's the exact same thing. They just putting a new date on it. Like, really? Like, how are you going to have something in effect from 1958
Really?
and times are totally different? But that's why it's been so long. Nobody wants to deal with because the book is like this, and nobody wants to deal with it. So all they have to do when it's time to renew it, they just put a new date on it and leave the things. And nobody questions.
They renewing stuff down. You know what?
Don't even know, and
Right.
nobody questions. That's why I said that's the biggest thing. Nobody ever questions why is this like this. It's just that's the way it is. So let's keep
Right.
rolling with it, and it doesn't even fit. So it's a lot of things that are going to change, have to change.
Absolutely.
And she said the council has to get involved. They have to know their ward. They have to get out. The mayor can't go to every ward and see what's going on. It's important that the council know, and I think that a lot of times council members are let off the hook. They come to the meetings, like she said, they come to the meetings and they don't talk. They just ready to get out the meeting. But then around town, they saying, Melissa ain't doing nothing. You didn't tell Melissa this was a problem. Melissa can't go around and see what Michelle can't see what everybody.
I agree.
So having the community involved, that's the only way you can be successful. That's the only way.
Got you. Listen.
We're gonna pause just for a second, just to give a shout out to our sponsors for a second, and then we'll
Big
get
shout
right
out.
back to it. Big shout out to our sponsors.
Hey, what up, world, man? It's your boy, Preach Boy Spann. I gotta let you know that this episode of Real Talk Barbershop is sponsored by no other than Magic Mouse Water. You heard me right, Magic Mouse Water. Look, he already put a stamp on it. Whenever you sip, you drip. Look, man, contact Robert Moss at 870-281-7707, 870-281-7707, Instagram, Magic Mouse Water, Facebook, Robert Moss, email magicmouse0@gmail.com. Man, get you some of that water so you can drip while you sipping. Preach. Come on, y'all, clap it up. So as being a mayor, I know y'all deal with a lot of people. And like Mayor Williams already said, people be wanting you to do everything. This person wants you to do that. This person wants you to do that. With that being said, your job come with a lot of criticism. How you handle that?
Well, you have to know how to weed out the good and the bad and the indifferent. Every opinion is important.
Absolutely.
We all have one. right? So you kind of have to pick and choose your battles. I'm not here with boxing gloves on. I didn't come to fight. I came to go to work. So if you don't come with the resolution and the question, then don't come.
I like that.
That's
Don't
good.
just come.
Don't just come with the question. Come with an answer, please, or a suggestion as to how or what you think we could do to make that better,
Or what would you do to make
or
it
what
better?
would you do to make it better. That's right.
I like that.
It seems like it's a lot of division with the city council and all that stuff like that. So what avenues would you take to like bring the people together?
Spending time with the council. So as it stands, I think general practice is they meet twice a month. They meet for committee meetings and then they meet for the council meeting. And so that's going to take some getting together unofficially, you know, getting to know one another. There are different personalities. What makes you tick? What's important to you? You know, everybody has a drive. Why did you want to be a representative for your ward? There had to be a reason, right? Because it's not fame, and for again, they're not paid. They're paid a very moderate stipend to show up at a meeting. So they have to have full-time careers, and then they have families. But something in you pulled you to be a voice for your city. And so just finding out their why and whatever they're passionate about, putting them on that passion. So I may be sitting on the code enforcement committee, but I don't care anything about code enforcement. I might need to be in Parks and Rec.
That's right.
Evaluating your people and putting them where they're most effective is going to be the way to get this done.
Right, man. If you don't have passion for it, get out. Let somebody
Yeah,
else
let
get
somebody
ready.
else get it done.
Get out the
Right.
way.
Get out the way.
Real.
So I think our vision is the same, but maybe a different approach. Because she said, to her, opinions matter. To me, opinions don't. Facts do. So don't come tell me what you think. I don't care what you think and how you think. Tell me, you know, if you're gonna say, I think we do agree on that. I need to know why you think this.
I got
Come
you.
and you gonna lay me with a problem. If you feel like, okay, well, trash not being picked up enough, what solution do you suggest? Because you're only paying these guys this much, and what? So, are you saying we need to pull from the funding? Because you the guys the one, the council the one say, okay, let's do the funding. Like she said, America can only do so much. Our hands are tied. So, really, people don't realize, really, the city council have more authority than the mayor. Because no matter what I want to do, if they say no, I can't do it. So, you know, so it's so important to have them on board. And what I had a come to Jesus meeting with everyone, and my thing was, and it's something I do with my boys, and it's big with me, and I can't stand and never have. If you're gonna come here and tell me Bebe's not doing this, okay, now tell me what were you doing to be watching Bebe to see that Bebe wasn't doing this? What were you supposed to be doing at that time? So I'm saying, were you doing your job? If you were over there doing your job, how did you see what Bebe doing back over here?
Right.
So that means there's two of y'all not working, or two of y'all. So that's all I'm saying. Before you come bring me problems about other people, first make sure that what you're doing is what you need to be doing. Make sure you're handling your business. You know, I don't like that, and I'm so big on my boys. When you come and tell me he was doing this, what were you doing? Nothing. You saw him. So you saw him doing wrong. And you sat there. Did you try to correct him? Did you try to, talk to him? No, because I knew he was going to get in trouble. So you wanted him to get in trouble. So you're not working together. Because if you had his best interest, you would have said, hey, now you know you're going to get in trouble with that. Don't do that. Or you would have tried to talk to him. So that's my thing for the council. Let's hold each other accountable. If you know this council is not doing whatever they need to do in their ward, talk to them. Say, well, this is something I do in my ward. Give them some suggestions. Try to help each other. Nobody's anybody's parent. And you can't tell a grown person nothing. But, it's I think people swallow mess a little better when you got sugar on it. I'm trying to be nice with it. But, you can't just hand me some mess on a spoon and say, eat this. But, put a little sugar and honey, it might be all right.
You might try.
I can swallow it a little better. And that's the thing. So if I come to you and say, and I say that, right, other than me coming to you and Melissa, you ain't doing this right. Then Melissa automatically defensive. If I say, Melissa, hey, I noticed how you doing this. Be like, well, look, I do it this way. This seems a little ignorant. You think, and then she's like, oh, I never thought of that. Then they be more open to it.
Hey, what up, world? It's your boy, Preacher Boy, man. I had to pause a second and let you know that this episode of Real Talk Barbershop 870 is sponsored by no other than Impeccable Cuts. Listen, you heard me right, Impeccable Cuts. If you got a big day coming up and you need to look and feel your best, be sure to book with Impeccable Cuts and jump in that hot seat, man. Treat yourself by booking your next chop, your hot towel experience, or even your relaxing facial at bookthecut.co/preachboy. That's bookthecut.co/preachboy. All the information, the address, and the phone number on the screen, man. Listen, if you need to look your best, do your job and book, and I'll do the rest. Get impeccable.
Let me go. I'm a piggy. I'm gonna turn around real quick, and I'm gonna ask y'all. It may be more of a Blytheville question. I'm not sure, but we do know that the last time I checked, Mississippi County was one of the highest poverty counties in the state, and of course, one of the highest crime counties in the state. So, under your administration, under your team, or whatever, we do know that poverty is a direct correlation leading to crime. It's been proven leading to drugs, all those different things like that. School scores are low because of our poverty level, the education the parents may have had or previously. How do you intend to divert the crime or get our people in a place where crime, we try to lower crime? I do know that crime itself has been down, but I'm talking more about violent crimes. How can we deal with that in our county, in our cities?
You know, the I guess politically correct answer would be policing. That's politically correct.
Right.
But we know that's socially inept. Right. That's not good enough.
Come on.
So we got to go back to community, right?
Right.
There used to be a concept, it takes a village to raise one child. Where is our village? Mm-hmm. Our village has gone away, right? So gone are the times where I could call Chavis and he pick up my son, J-Ro's son, your son, and James' son all at the same time and drop them off at home. Make sure they go in the house.
Right.
And let the mama flip the porch light to let you know they're in. We don't do that anymore. It's my four and no more. So we're no longer concerned as a community. Poverty is a mindset. It's not just a state of being.
I agree.
Poverty is a mindset.
Yes.
So maybe if they see enough of us come up, but we got to act like we came up.
Right.
It can't be on our feet and in our driveway. Right. It's got to be in our heart.
Yes.
Right? And it's got to be in our speech and in our walk. So just because you look good don't mean you're good.
Right.
You got on a $1,000 outfit and the 2-cent mentality don't
on,
work.
man.
It does not work.
That's awesome.
So we got to show them how important education is. But how do we show them it's important? We have to have one.
Right.
We got to have.
We got to
Wow.
have one. And we got to make it important to them.
Right.
I want you to graduate from high school, but what have you done?
Right.
If it's GED, let's get it.
Yes.
It's a lot of us out here willing to do the work, B. We got to change the mindset.
Right.
Poverty is a mindset.
Right.
And it's a direct correlation to crime. But if we can show them better, the quality of life, man, makes you want to do better.
Right.
I don't want my boy laying in the street in a puddle of blood if we get ready to go up together.
Come
Yeah,
on now.
say it.
But if we all going to be the same tomorrow on the same corner doing the same thing, you got to go.
Right.
Because you taking my spot.
Come
You
on
got to
now.
change the mindset.
Change the mindset, man. You want to chime in on that, Mayor Williams?
And not to make it a race thing, but it's so important because we all know crime higher in the black community.
Right.
Yeah, speak
You know,
real.
and,
Real talk.
and being the mother of two sons, having two sons, it's so important. What I try to instill in them is to learn to break away. You know, and it's okay to break away. And when and I try to teach them that when you're doing positive things, try to talk to your friends and doing positive things.
Right.
You know, instead of them coming picking you up and saying, "Come on, let's go roll this blunt." Let's be honest. You know, you tell them, "Nah, man, come on, go to the gym with me.
Yeah.
Come
Be
do
that
this."
leader.
You know, I'm like, and it's okay to be different. You know, and I teach them, one thing you can't do, no matter what good you have going or what positive you have going, you can never act like you're better than anybody. I said, but you can always be better than that situation.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
and that's so important. And I tell them, don't, in our community, it definitely has to be each one teach one. You know,
Gotcha.
and if each one of us teach one, then it's just, a domino effect. And we have more fear than any race. Being honest about young black men, our sons being killed. You know, as a mother, every time my son say, "Mom, we're going somewhere," I'm like, literally, my mom like, "Oh, come, let me put this oil on you. Let me, you know." And it's scary. And then when they don't answer the phone, it's like my heart dropping. I get so mad at them. Why you didn't answer? Oh, I didn't hear. I had the phone down. I was lifting weights. Look, I need your location on. I need, you know, and we shouldn't have to live like that.
Right.
Where we have to know there every second, or we're worried for the worst. You know, and the community, as she said, the village no longer gets involved. If anything, the village is throwing the rocks at them, you know. And you know, when we're being successful, oh, you think you better than me? Wow. Oh, they too bougie. When we the same people we've been, you know, we may be in a different situation with the same people, and then oftentimes you get people when you're trying to elevate them, they take offense. And it's like, no, I'm just trying to show you that there's a different way. There's a better way. You know, I'm that person, like, let's all get this money together. And anybody that knows me, anybody, even people I've supervised, I'm still friends with all of them, they'll tell you, I'm a supervisor. I would tell them, they working on me. I'm like, hey, it's a position coming up over here. And I'm like, I know your work. You'll be good at this, you know. And they're like, you want to go for it? I'm like, I'm good where I am because I know I had other things going. Right. But I think you'll be excellent. And one lady that worked for me, it was a supervised position over me, and the regional director reached out to me, was like, Michelle, I was like, no, I have too much going on. I was like, but she'll be excellent for it. He was like, she hasn't even been a supervisor. I said, but she's been under me for 5 years. Trust me, she has the quality. She can do it. And I told her, go for it. I'll write your letter. She ended up being my supervisor. And I had no problem with it. And she was like, wow, I never had anybody. I said, my thing is you're part of my village. And if I can't elevate you, I can't elevate me.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big thing that we need to learn. Like, it's okay. And it doesn't bother me for you to surpass me. You know, my job is done then.
Because I'm still,
yeah. You know, because you can't hold me back for what's for me because of who I am. Yes. I'm going to get what's for me. But if I can help you get what's for you, baby, I feel even better. Like, man, he's doing this.
Right.
You know?
It's a win.
Just like today, Michelle, our brother's doing this. What you say? Our brother's doing this. We'll talk about Shop 870. Yeah.
Well, let me ask y'all, just on that, we're on the same topic. And you said something earlier. You said you have a son. You have 2 sons that when they go out, we know that racially, we've seen, and we know statistically, 99.7% of transactions between a white cop and a black kid go right. We know the media propagates a lot of it. So let me ask you, what do you have in place for policing to make sure that the relationships, culturally, we can be on the culture, because we know Blytheville was predominantly black. Joanna's probably predominantly black, but it's predominantly white police force. What do you plan to bring and put in place to police and help the police become more community policing?
We got to give them the model, B. We got to give them the model for community policing. There was a time when the community and the police were one and the same. They came from us. They came from our side of town. No longer are children interested in blue-collar careers. That's right. You know, when I was 5, you say, in the majority of the boys in my classroom, what do you want to do when you grow up? If they weren't preaching, they were police officers and firefighters. But we vilified. We vilified the police department. We want them to protect and serve. But look what they get when they come to protect and serve. We don't want them, but we sure call them.
Right.
So we want them to be our partners. But why can't we be their partners? Say that one more time.
We don't what?
We don't want them. We don't want them, but we
sure
call them.
And
we
sure
call them every time they don't go our way. Right. I'm calling 911, right? For the 411. So why can't we flip it? They want to be our partners. Well, why can't we extend our hand first? Why can't we extend the olive branch and say, hey, I got a group of black boys over here. This is what I want y'all to do for us. Can y'all protect them while they're in the street shooting ball?
Come on.
Don't vilify them. Right. They're just out here shooting ball in the street. Can y'all park a car over here to make sure they're safe tonight? Right? Invite them in. Stop shutting them out. Right. Because when we shut them out, we automatically telling them that what we doing behind this wall is wrong. But everything we do is not wrong.
That's right.
We just getting it and trying to make a living and bring our paper in just like the next man. Right. So I think that the partnership has to happen from both sides of the track. We want them to be our friends. Well, guess what? First, we got to show ourselves friendly.
That's right.
We got to stop vilifying the police, and vice versa. They got to stop vilifying every black boy that they see.
Wow. Man, great.
Let's give it up for that.
Wow. Man, that don't give me chill.
Powerful right there.
What about the police? You got anything going?
To be honest, Joyner lost their city police a few years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, and so
I just got county.
yes,
So
county.
the sheriff's department.
Yeah.
How does
And
that
they-
partnership look with Sheriff Cook? I know he's easy to work with.
I mean, yeah, they keep a couple sheriffs down there. But that's one of my things before the council that we're trying to find definitely funding because we need to police our own city.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing, I'll say the previous officers that we did have, they had a relationship with the guys, like you say, and being approachable. When you see the boys out at the court, and there was some big, they will actually go out to the court and say, hey guys, I'm just here, make sure y'all safe. And let them know. Don't make them feel like you're watching them, making sure they're not doing wrong because a lot of times they're already defensive, like she said, because the police have Blytheville.
Afraid.
Become a part of that community. Let them know, like, hey, I'm here for your safety. I'm not here to harass you. I'm not. And don't, when you see a group of them, I think training is so important. Like, they are not all a threat, and don't treat them as a threat. Don't question them. Why y'all over here playing ball? You know what? They're playing ball. It's simple as that.
Right.
So I think it's so important to train the police cultural appropriateness. It's so in cultural competency.
Yeah.
That's so important. To get to know like how these guys roll. And this culture is not the same as this one. So training is so important for the diversity within the community and de-villainizing the police. And because we do call them when we want them. They that side piece. We only want you to come when we want you to come. And that's how we treat them. But
That's how we treat them.
when you're not serving our purpose, we don't know you. We don't. So that's a big difference. We got to bring them into the community and make them a part of the village and not the outcast of the village.
And I want to see more men that look like us. I'm just putting this out here to the community right now. They're working on lowering an age. We need volunteer police officers. Who best to police your community than people that look just like you? We got to start telling our children it's okay to put on the blue.
Yes,
We got to.
We got to start telling them. If I'm in trouble, I think, Mr. James, I could talk to you better than I could talk to Mr. Popo, right?
That makes sense.
If you come and say, Melissa, now I know your mom. Huh? Because 9 out of 10
That's
times,
gonna
don't we
calm
know
it
we're not, that's how it used to be.
Calm it down, right.
That's going to calm me down, right? So we need people that look like us to police us. So we need to invite them back to the table.
That's right. That makes a lot of sense.
How do we make that happen?
We got to show them that it's okay. We got to show them that it's cool. Being a police officer is cool. Being a firefighter is cool. They're not the enemy. We made them an enemy.
Right.
But they're not the enemy.
And we got this presumption, a lot of us, anytime we think of police, we think of the white man. We think of the white man. Yeah. So if we can start telling our kids, because we need, sometimes, man, we need us to see a black man come to our window sometimes, so we won't be afraid of somebody that's cool, somebody that we actually just know from the neighborhood. Yeah, I mean, I probably won't be twitching when they pull up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think we need to try to put that in place.
And just respect for authority, period. We got to teach our children that an adult is an adult in your house and mine, on the street, in the grocery store.
Even matter.
It doesn't matter. We don't have to say yes sir and no sir no more. I get it. We're not teaching our children that. I grew up under that era, and it's okay. But say a strong yes. No, what? Huh? Stop it.
Yeah.
We know how to speak. We need to use our words.
Well, can we pause just for a second to give our sponsors another shout out?
Yeah, pay some bills.
Pay some bills real quick. But this has been an interesting conversation.
Great
We'll
conversation.
be right back.
We'll be right back. Yes, sir. This episode of RTB 870 is sponsored by GIG. Yeah, GIG Gillespie Insurance Group. Life, health, home, auto,
Life, health,
commercial.
home, and auto.
If you need insurance,
If you need
please give Bebe a call at 870-776-1967.
Tell them that number one more time.
That's 870-776-1967.
Somebody still to hear you. One more time, B. Tell them that number.
870-776-1967. If you're in need of insurance, please give Bebe a call and he'll make it right for you. Thank you. GIG 870.
All right, y'all. We back. Clap it up one time.
So can we circle back to the city council for a second? And how important is it for residents to know who their city council individuals are? Because a lot of times, people don't know who represent them.
Right,
The only reason I knew who represented me because he was next door to me for the
Right.
most part. But a lot of people literally don't know who represents them. And how important is that?
Oh my God, it's so critical. And so let me tell you why it's critical. Michelle tapped into that. The city council is the legislative branch of government. There are 3 branches of government. You have a judicial, which is the judges. Then you have the legislative, right?
Educators.
And so the legislative body are the body of people that make all the laws. They make the rules, right? They sit around the table and they say, Lay's potato chips should only sell potato chips in a yellow bag. That becomes a law. But they agree that it becomes a law, right? And so then you have the police force that, enforces that, right? So the legislative body of government is the most important, because if I want a law to go my way, then I need to be lobbying and pushing your button saying,
Wow.
Shav, you speak for me in Ward 1. Well, we don't have any streets over here. We got potholes everywhere.
Yes.
These buildings are torn down,
There you
right?
go.
And so our council people need to be present.
Yes.
And they need to be somewhere where you can reach them. Now, in Ward, here in the city of Blytheville, in Ward 3, your council members are going to be Shirley Middlebrook, Shirley Marshall, Shirley Middlebrook, and you got Ariel Jones, right?
Okay. That's Ward 3.
That's Ward 3. In Ward 2, you have Matt Perrin, Barbara McAdoo brothers.
Okay.
In Ward 1, you're going to have whatever the outcome of the Benson Emmert race is, and you have Councilman John Mayberry.
Okay.
Those are your council members from Blytheville. Call those dudes and ladies up and say, what can I do? And if you don't know where your street boundaries are, the new map for the city's wards it's on the city website, www.cityofblytheville.com. Go to www.cityofblytheville.com. Look up your ward.
Yes.
Know what street your ward is in.
Yes.
I mean, I live on Peabody Street. What ward am I in? You're in Ward 3, but how do you know you're in Ward 3?
That's right.
You never look it up. Or call us at the city hall. We'll be happy to tell you what ward you
I
live
like
in.
that.
What ward you live in. Yeah.
Call City Hall.
Call City Hall. We there every day, Monday through
I
Friday.
don't think nobody knew that. Like, I never heard anybody even ask what ward they live in, and that's crazy. Like, and
When people know when they get to the ballot box and
Okay.
so-and-so is not on their ballot.
That's right.
That's when they find out who their council members is. Why do you wait till you voting to know who representing you?
wow.
We need to inform our people, y'all. We
Another
got to do a
thing,
better job.
They didn't know what the city council does, like, for real. 'Cause I didn't either. For real talk.
Do you want to chime in on that?
Yeah, I definitely want to say with knowing who your city council is important, it's like chain of command. Basically, you don't go straight to the supervisor. First, you go to the lead, and they're the lead, and that takes so much off of the mayor. When you taking all these problems, talk to your councilman. Whereas the mayor trying to please the whole city, councilman worry about your ward, and take care of the people in your ward, and then you get all their problems, and then you bring them to me, or whatever's going on in your ward, because the mayor cannot go to every ward, and she cannot answer the phone call of everybody who has a complaint about what's going on in their ward. That's your voice. Your city council is your voice in your area, and that's who you should utilize instead of calling city hall for every little thing. That's what you vote this person in for.
That's right.
And as she said, it oftentimes people don't know till they get there, and then they just click in a box. So sometimes, they vote for people because, I've been knowing Bebe. So I'm just going to vote for Bebe. You don't know what Bebe stands for. You don't know what he does in your ward, but you just know Bebe. So I'm going to click Bebe. Whereas you could have had, Chavis, who actually active and doing things. Now, because you don't know him, you don't vote for him. But you don't even know, because when you go to the box, you just go for the name you look.
That's right.
You just go for the name
That's
you look.
right.
You know.
That's right.
And it's so important to know what your city council does. Get to know, and your city council is you. That's your voice. That's who's going to speak for you. That's who's going to make things happen for you. I can't. Melissa, she in a bigger place than I am. I can ride Jordan. And
I
see
can
what
ride
city.
Blytheville, baby.
I'm saying no. I can ride. No, I'm saying I can ride Jordan in an hour in every street, and I can make a list of every pothole.
That's right.
There's no way possible with the things she has going in the size
Gotcha.
she has.
Gotcha.
And that's where that war comes in. So, and you complaining that 20th Street and half these potholes Melissa not doing anything. Melissa might not even know. Go to your city council.
Absolutely.
And that's what it's all about, you know. And it's so important to have a city council, like you said,
They're your eyes and ears.
Yeah, and
they
have to be willing to work with the mayor. You're not going to agree on everything. That's constant, you know, just like with the president. Hey, if they're sitting in that house, it's not for it. Ain't nothing the president can do.
Absolutely.
You know, you really just, you know, the head on the snake, because tell the one that keep living and going, you know. So you can't do nothing, but, you know. But,
Wow.
Man, I think what a lot of people gonna realize, because a lot of people want to go straight to the mayor. They want to go straight to the top. Right. I bet a lot of people didn't even know how important the city council was.
That's right.
But after hearing this, a lot of people
They gonna know.
they ready to go now. Go find they who represent their ward and go to them about some stuff. So I'm glad y'all enlighten us on that.
it's important to know. I was going to say too, and before I educated myself and learned more, I just think, now why the mayor didn't do this? Why don't she? That's the people you voted for. Your council vetoed it, even if she put it on the table. If they say no, it's nothing she can do. So, but you know, it's all gonna come on. Then Michelle didn't allow that to happen, or Michelle didn't do this for the city, and it wasn't Michelle. If you, and it's important, you know, council meeting. Go to your council, go to your meetings. You can, as a citizen, you got a right to be there, so you can start seeing why you steady vote for Bebe, because you know Bebe wants to say no to everything in your community, you know, in your area, in your ward. So it's important for, as a person, to get involved yourself. You can go to the council meeting, see what's going on, see who is. You might have, it may be that one person who always, no matter what, no. And I've seen council members like that. They don't want to hear why. And you say raises, we used to get paid $3, so no, they don't need a raise. No, this is not them. These people need a raise, you know. And it's so important as a community. Here we're right back at the village thing. Be involved in your village. Village can't raise nothing if the village don't know what's going on.
That's right.
It's as simple as that. You have to actually be a village and not just within your community. You got to be a village within your city.
Right. We got to start hitting council meetings, city council.
I want to say that. So, we went through the pandemic years 2021, right? But when I tell you there's a big fallout after the council meeting, but I'm filming for the council meeting. I'm live streaming because I'm on the mayor's staff. And when I look around, if I see 6 people from the community, I'll pay you. I'll pay you today. So we got big voices.
You said 6?
6. Wow. We got big voices, and one of the 6 that I see is the minister that was invited to come pray. So what I'm saying is, I might have 5 good people from the community that think they care enough to show up. Wow. We don't show up. We don't show up to make our voices heard. Okay. You know, if I got a council member that's going to bring my issue to the meeting, I should be there to support him. Definitely right. Why are you going to leave your council member out there to stand alone?
Absolutely.
Why? Because his voice is your voice. He's saying what you told him to say or what you asked him to say. Wow. But you don't support him. So, please, let's get in the habit of supporting those people who represent us. That's important. That's
We're out of council meetings this year.
We meet, the committee meetings are every 2nd Monday and Tuesday of every month. And the council meetings are every 3rd Tuesday of every month. Every 3rd Tuesday.
And the council meeting every 3rd Thursday. And the committee meeting, they kind of just do it as needed.
Gotcha.
Honestly. And something about the council. So with me going and people see me, they gonna say, "What happened at the council meeting?" I be like, "A lot." They have the minutes up there at City Hall. Like, just because you choose not to go, don't think I'm going to inform you in the street every time, you know, I see you.
Just letting them know.
Come, and it's the same 3rd Thursday of every month. Like, come on, come. You know, I'm not there to then for you to occupy my whole day when I see you in the street to tell you what happened at the council meeting. Come. It's open to everybody. Come.
And I want to employ the people. I want to admonish the people. I want to ask. I'm begging. I need your help. Yes. I need your help. I know Mr. Rogers asked me about my first 100 days, but guess what, guys? We got to take this ride for 4 years.
That's right.
I can't change it in 100 days. I may not even be able to change it in 4 years. Right. But if you can see the tick marks when we made progress, it's going to be all worth it, right?
Absolutely.
So I need your help. So I'm pleading with my community. Y'all come out and support the council. Come out and support the mayor. Come out and support these committees. Come out and support your public works, your police department, your fire department. It's a whole city out here, and all they need is a little love.
Yes.
We need to do it together.
I like
I'll
to
be there.
implore too that local people may not understand the power of the vote. And I looked at the numbers this year of how the vote went in our own town, right here in Blytheville. And to be 13,000 people, and I think maybe 3,000 or something voted, that's 10,000 people left on the ballot. And I understand. I mean, even I would say voting in a whole, even nationally, is very important, but voting locally is very, very important.
Yeah.
I would say that because we just talked about city councilmen that that's going to be your voice. They're going to be your voice right here to Mayor Logan, to Mayor Williams. This is going to be your voice. These people right here that you can get what you need done, potholes or whatever it may be, trash pickups or whatever it may be. That councilman that you voted for locally was your voice. That's right. But because you chose not to vote, then really you have no voice. I tell people, did you vote? No. Well, shut up. That's just real talk.
Yeah.
We real talk.
Yeah.
If you didn't vote,
Why you complaining?
Then no, shut the hell up.
Why you
Because
complaining?
it's real talk. Because why you complaining? Why you talking about what Mayor Logan hadn't done? Why you talking about what Councilman so-and-so hadn't done when you hadn't even put your name in the ballot? And you wasn't no felon, so you could have voted.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
So we got to implore the importance of the vote. Our people died so that we may go to a ballot. Again, our people died that we may go cast a ballot. So to say that my vote don't matter is really slapping our people in the face. Mm-hmm. So I would say again, I used to be like that, so that's why I'm so adamant about it, because I used to feel the same way. But now I wouldn't go an opportunity without voting. I'm voting every chance I can get.
Same here.
So let's vote.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. So when it comes to, I guess you can say, bringing restaurants or activities for children, is that something that's handled by the city council and the mayor as well?
It does.
No doubt.
And so there's something in each city called economic development.
Okay.
And there's an economic development strategy that you have to follow. And so this summer, I was actually privileged to attend a Retail Strategies Academy. And so in that academy, what they taught the city officials was how to attract retail. So it's easy to say, bring us Kmart, bring us Sonic, bring us whatever, but we have to be attractive
That's right.
to those franchises and to those big box companies.
Gotcha.
And so they look at so many things in a demographic. They look at how close you are to a major interstate.
Yes.
They look at the number of working people that you have in your city, what type of industries you have, so what would be the support for that big ticket item. They also look at the medium income in a place, right? So if you come to a place like Blytheville, the first thing they want to know, what's Blytheville's medium income? I think our medium income is somewhere in the 30,000 range, which is poverty.
Wow. No doubt. Yes, very much
Yeah,
so.
that's poverty. So why would Costco come to a place where we're barely living paycheck to paycheck?
Wow.
So we got to build a quality of life, and we got to be attractive. So in order to attract those things that we want, we got to be attractive. What does that mean? We got to shop local. We got to stop taking our money to Memphis. We got to stop taking it to Jonesboro. We got to spend it right here. Now, what does that mean? Do we need to flood Walmart? We need to make Walmart sick. We need to make them open some of those registers because we need to spend our money there so they can see we've outgrown Walmart. We need some more stores, right? So there is a way to do it. We got to do it one slice of the cake at a time. They want to come. You'll be surprised. I think Starbucks is looking at us again. Wow. There's some people that want to come. We have a hotel industry that's looking at us again. Wow. People want to come. We got to be attractive. When you were looking for your wife, what were you looking for?
Yes,
a big butt and a smile. You was looking for some attraction, right? So we got to be attractive
to
the people that want to come. It had to look good to you. So they don't want to come and fail. We know that most businesses fail within their first year. They don't want to come here and fail. Right. They want to come here and be able to produce and give back. We need a workforce. Call Burger King and ask them what's wrong. What's wrong with Burger King service? Can't find nobody to serve.
Wow. That's everywhere.
Wow.
So when people get ready to come, what they do a survey. So they call our industries and they say, okay, Walmart, what does your workforce look like? Well, if we're understaffed, then they're saying, well, we bring this restaurant here. Who gonna serve the people?
Yeah, we're gonna be on.
Come on, y'all. We got to go to work. That's another thing. We got to put our kids to work.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with getting a job when you're 16. I was working when I was 12. What about you,
I was working when I was 14.
I was chopping cutting when I was 12. There's nothing wrong with it.
Mario.
So yeah, so that's one of the problems. So one of our problems is being an attractive city. So we got to make ourselves attractive. Osceola, if we don't watch it,
they gonna blow past.
They growing. They gonna blow. They just put a new gas station in. They're looking at putting a supermarket in. Manila, Wilson, What's wrong with Blytheville? We need a workforce.
We need a workforce.
We need a workforce. People will come.
Right.
But if we bring the businesses, who's going to work them?
Right, that's true.
Why don't nobody want to work?
I don't know.
I can't find an agent. That's
crazy.
Find an insurance
There's
agent,
too
so.
much free money out there.
That's
Ain't
what
no
it was.
money no more. They broke.
Stop.
Bro.
Yeah, they still
There's still some money out there.
So let me piggyback off that question there. So let's say an industry do want to come. At that point, there, what's the next step there? Is it going to the council to vote for it and then
So
approve it?
there's a courting process.
Okay.
So they come in and they make their demands.
Okay.
They lay out their contracts and they say to the city or to the county,
Okay.
in this instance, because our economic development board is through the county. They let them know what they would need to come here and be successful. And so what has to happen is that economic development board has to meet with the team to say, this is what this company needs. How can we help them? If it's infrastructure, do we need to put in roads and sewer and water? Do we need to give some type of a tax, break, credit until they can get up on their feet and start making a profit? We have to come to the table with something in our hands.
That's
We
right.
can't come begging, empty-handed, but we don't have nothing to give. It's a bartering system. They're looking for something in exchange for their name.
I think, Joanna, we are very neglected, and a lot of people forget that we're part of Mississippi County because
Right.
we're the tail end of Mississippi County. So we're often, and people don't even realize, like, Mississippi County is like
Goes all the way to Birdsong.
maybe the second, thirdest largest
We're
in
the-
size
yeah, we're the
county
Second.
because it goes from
geographical.
Blytheville to actually to Whitney, past Birdsong, it goes to Whitney. You guys probably even know.
Yeah, I'm
Whitney
sorry. I
I'm
ain't
not
never-
even
I
sure
ain't
what
Exactly.
Whitney. No
That's
doubt.
my
Whitney's
point.
in New
So-
York.
So Joanna actually serves a big part of South Mississippi County, and they don't realize it. Right now, Joanna has the state came in, stepped in, and now Joanna has taken over Bassett's water department and sewer. They're looking at the other little towns. It's Birdstone, you have Denwood, you have Whitney, Shelford. Like, there are so many little towns. They are part of Mississippi County, but because we're down there at the end, we're so close to Creighton, it's like they forget us.
Wow.
But we can't get anything from Creighton because we're Mississippi County. So my thing is to bring light back to Joanna. We are, Galen is definitely helping by bringing light to Wilson. So we're hoping that that's trickling down to us. We got a dollar store, and that was wonderful because it brings business. People from Turl come there. It brings a lot of business. Actually, we get a lot of people from OCL coming out of our store because it's bigger, it's nicer, So that was the big thing. So we actually had, certain restaurants who are asking, and like she said, and right now we're doing the work. We're trying to see what we can offer them to make them want to come. We have a dairy farm that's trying to come. So we're weighing the pros and cons. I don't know if you guys have been to dairy farm. Downside dairy farm, the
Cows there?
the waste.
Really?
Chickens?
But no, it's a complete. It's a dairy farm, and it's a big one.
It's a big one.
It's a big one. I'm just gonna say that, and it could be money for the town, but then instead we have to bring it for the table because it's like, okay, now you're gonna have all these cows and all these species. So it brings other issues, not just the money. So it's mainly going to be on the council. All I can do is put my input and bring them facts and the pros and the cons. But still, no matter how many businesses that I may try to attract there, if the council says no, it's not happening. It's not happening. And that's why we keep going back to the council. Actually, what they say matters way more than what we say. We're just really, I guess we're the referees to try to keep them at the table and not fighting, but it's their ball game. We're just in it.
Gotcha.
So.
Well, let me ask you, ladies, before we get you closing remarks, I want to ask y'all a question. How do you ladies plan to stay motivated in your role as mayor of Blytheville and mayor of Joanna? How do you plan to stay motivated?
Well, for me, I'm that person. If I'm in it, I'm in it.
Okay.
So it's as simple as that. I'm going to be motivated no matter what. When I decided, it wasn't I'm just gonna do this. It was okay. Now, I'm gonna get all these problems, and my only reward gonna be satisfaction. It's like, so it was something I thought over. Actually, people in Georgia have been asking me to run for a while, but I know I had so much going on, and like I can't dedicate what I need, and it needs someone who can dedicate themselves. And not to knock anybody else, but having people in place who their name only serves no purpose.
Right. Gotcha.
And that goes for my council. And I told them too, like, I don't need warm bodies.
Right.
I don't need that at all. I need active people. Yeah. And so for me, that's what no matter how bad it may get, joy comes in the morning. It's as simple as that.
You got action.
It's coming in the morning.
Action.
So, and I'm just the type of person, like, I just don't let things lay on me. I've never been that person because, this too shall pass. And no matter what they lay on me, I know I'm in this for 4 years at least. So I'm going to stay motivated no matter what. If I get knocked down, it's like, okay, all right, Len, let me try another route. Right. Let me try another route. And it's just the type of person I am. If I'm in it, I'm in it. It's just simple as that.
Can I say y'all my motivation? Can I say that? I can say that my brothers and sisters and all these beautiful people that live in this beautiful city are my daily motivation. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for people who had enough trust in me to go put that check mark by my name. And I want to say thank you for giving me this opportunity. Let's get this money. Let's get this money. Let's bring this city back to life. Let's get this money.
This history right here.
This history.
We got great leaders.
Yeah,
this history.
Both y'all are just great leaders.
To know that we are honored to have y'all here, and we are
appreciate
this is a history. And we did invite our other mayors, Mayor Lee Charles Brown of Luxora, and Mayor Joe Harris Jr. And they wanted to come. And they had previous engagement. But we want to congratulate the city of Luxor that just got awarded like a $4 million grant. Good job. Yeah.
Shout out
Lee Charles Brown.
Look at time.
Look at water problem down there. So shout out to
LA.
Shout out to Osceola that's growing. Lady, we want you to know we're definitely excited. Y'all did make history. First black woman in Georgia. Give her a hand. First black woman in Blytheville. Magnificent women of Mississippi County.
Say it again, B, one more time.
Magnificent women of Mississippi County. Preacher boy, as Jay would say, do you got that queued up? Because we want to say something about one of these magnificent women. We don't got you a song yet.
Michelle, I'm get you one.
DJ before we let y'all close out.
I have my own song.
You got your own song?
Okay.
You got your own?
P, I'm bad about it.
Yes,
When it comes to this mayor thing, that's what I live down.
I'm bad about it.
Well, look, before we let y'all give closing remarks, y'all gonna look in that camera and get closing remarks. But before you do that, we're gonna let Chavis play just a little snippet of this inspirational song.
Just a little snippet, man.
Just a little snippet from Blytheville in Mississippi County of our mayor.
Just a little snippet. Here we go.
DJ Preach Boy. Let's get it.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm his hype man too.
Hey,
My own song.
Let's go, bro.
What you saying?
Melissa for the show. Got a boat, Melissa, she walking down the cliff. We got some work to do. It's all good, no trip. If we get in position, maybe we can get a grip on the city. Melissa for the show. We got a vote, Melissa, if we want the town. We did it, y'all. We did it.
Well deserved.
If we get in position, maybe we can get a grip. It's all on you.
We're rapping, man.
What you really want, well, let's be true. You say you won't change, but really don't. The voter we through. Ain't no picking and choosing. There's only one candidate who qualifies for this movement. Who that be? That be Melissa. And she the dollar buddy. You standing for what's right. Yeah, Melissa rocking for you. Who that be? That be Melissa. The perfect one to trust. I ain't never heard her name in mess with me, and that's a plus. Most definitely a shero. Wealth of knowledge and born to lead. Committed to helping people plan and meet needs. Holly Berry of the field. Ain't serving when she needs to be. She kept it all together when they sent the war in Germany. She was wounded in that war. Ready to die for the. Hey, we don't cut it out right here, but y'all gotta hear this part. She invested in education. Topped out with the field. Melissa got her own mind. She nobody robot. Melissa.
Yes, sir. So wonderful.
Give it up for Melissa.
Yeah.
Her mayor.
We excited, so we want to. Y'all can pick who want to go first, but we want y'all to look right into that camera right there.
Right to that middle camera right there.
Give us closing remarks.
Well, since I have to come behind this little hype song, Melissa for the shift.
Yeah.
I want to explain some stuff to you. The shift stands for school.
School.
We're going to address education,
Okay.
housing. We
Housing.
got to build some houses.
Okay.
Infrastructure.
Infrastructure.
We're going to get
Together.
these streets, this water, this sewer together.
Yes.
Future growth. Let's
Future
grow
growth.
down.
Future
We're
growth.
going to do it together.
Together.
Yes,
So
yes,
together is my motto. We're going to do it together. Again, I invite all of you to be a part of my administration. I may not have been down your street today, but give me a few days. I'm coming down your street. Come
I
out your
love it.
houses, shake my hand. Say, hey, Melissa, this is what I feel like we need over here in this neighborhood. I want to hear from you.
Absolutely.
Melissa, let's shift this thing together. Blytheville, it's only up from here. I am your mayor, Melissa Logan, 2023.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Straight like that.
Mayor Williams.
Now, how do I come behind that?
You got it.
I'm definitely Joiner's mayor for 2023, and let's hope that this will be a smooth journey. I look forward to bringing the same shift to my own town. I mean, I
like
look forward
it.
to Joiner's a small town, and it could be a beautiful community.
Yes.
I don't want people to ride through and think, oh, that's a little ragged town. I want them to ride through like, oh, this town is growing. That's a nice town. You know, I see things coming for us. We've missed out on a lot because we had no one willing to do the work. I have no problem with doing the work. I'm going to do the work, and I'm looking forward to my community getting involved into the town just growing and becoming beautiful once again.
Yes.
Joiner used to be a booming town. Anybody know we had a liquor store, we had a club, we had everything. You know, with a population of 500, everybody was coming to Joiner.
Yes.
You know, but that all died down because we had people who got too complacent and got too comfortable.
Yes.
I love being uncomfortable. I have no problem with it, and I'm willing to do the work. And I'm looking, and I need the help of everyone in Joiner. I can't do it by myself. I need my village. I'm the village too. I'm a part of the village. I need the village, and I want us to also have the same shift. And Mississippi County is going to change. It's going to grow, and I'm so proud of all the mayors that made it. Every mayor, and especially
Absolutely.
proud of all the mayors of color because that's an achievement for us.
For
Yes,
sure.
give it up. Give it up.
Respect, Michelle, these being you. And it's up from here.
Yeah.
One county.
Yeah, it's your boy, Ro.
It's your boy, Preach Boy.
Boy, Bebe the motivator.
And I am JR, a.k.a. Mr. Rogers.
And it's Melissa Logan.
And Michelle Williams.
And you're
Wow,
tuned
tuned
in
in
to
to
Real Talk Barbershop 870.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Great job.
Appreciate
Great
y'all.
job.
Appreciate
Great
y'all.
job. Great job.
This episode of Real Talk Barbershop 870 is sponsored by
870 Trucking.
Where they specialize in general freight.
Give us a call at 870
870-278-2934.
278-2934. Yes, sir.
You did. What's happening, y'all? This your boy, Ro. And this episode of RTB 870 is sponsored by Jacob's Lawn Service. We licensed and insured. We do commercial and residential. When you don't want to get out there and cut that grass, give your boy that cash. Hey, and we got affordable prices. We're here to take care of all your lawn needs. So give your boy a call at 870-740-8534. That's 870-740-8534. You dig?